It'll be TLC tonight. The road to WrestleMania begins now. And over looking at this card, it's a really good card. I mean, it could have been better, but with what we got, the card looks really good. But it's amazing how much a year makes. If you look back at TLC last year compared to now, I just can't believe it. Case in point, with the kickoff match, we have Dolph Ziggler versus Fandango. A year ago, Dolph Ziggler was facing John Cena in the main event for his Money in the Bank briefcase and beat Cena. And now he's pretty much in the dark match against Fandango. And it's hilarious to me because a guy that was pushed so much is pushed so back low down into the muck. It is beyond me. And this match honestly should be on the main card. And I usually don't like kickoff matches, but just based who's in the match here, this will be a really one to watch for sure. Uh, it doesn't matter who wins this match; it's gonna be a good match. But if I had to pick one, I'd say Fandango, just based on both of these guys coming into pay-per-view with losses, a bunch of losses. Someone's got to win. It's going to be Fandango. It's that simple. And now we go on to the main card with a rare sight for the tag team division nowadays. It's a fatal four-way match for the tag titles. We have the Rhodes Brothers, Cody and Goldust, facing the stupidest name for a tag team ever, Ryback, Curtis Axel and Ryback, the Real Americans, Cesaro and Swagger, and the makeshift team of Rey Mysterio and The Big Show. Who, I don't know why this team was made at the last minute, but I don't know. I mean, it's interesting thing because I've wanted to see them team for a long time, see what would happen. But now of all times is very odd. But Fatal 4, you can't tell who wins a Fatal 4, especially in a tag team match because there's going to be so many saves, so many interruptions. But I'm going to go Dark Horse in this match and say Show and Mysterio, just because I want to see what it would look like to see what they were tag team champions. Plus, the Rhodes Brothers have held it for a very long time, and it's probably time for them to lose the belts. I'm surprised it's in the ladder match or something like that, with this height of a stake, but maybe they'll change it last minute. Who knows? Another match I'm interested to see, and surprised it's not a ladder match, is the Intercontinental Championship match between the new champion Big E Langston and Damian Sandow. Sandow defeated Ziggler to get the title match, so we could have actually saw Sandow versus Fandango at the dark match, which would have been really interesting here. But it's very simple. Big E will not lose the belt this easily, and this early in his run as champion. So it's very easy. Big E would retain, and Sandow, I mean, getting a title shot. I think this is his first title shot since cashing in Money in the Bank, so it's pretty big for him. But I don't see him winning this match. Another one I'm very interested in, the Divas title, AJ Lee versus Natalya. And, this is still going off the Total Diva versus Team Diva feud in a way, but it's also going from Total Diva to AJ's feud on a main storyline level. But if anything, Natalya deserves the title. After all the bullshit, after everything she's been through, it's about time we see Natalya with another title reign. I mean, it's been years since the title reign for the Divas Championship, or Women's Championship for that matter, either belt back in the day. But AJ Lee is so much on a high, I don't know if that'll happen. But if I had to pick, I would say Natalya because it's long overdue, and it's about time one of the total divas get the belt. Even though Natalya should not be a total diva at all. I mean, she's probably one of the most technically sound wrestlers in the women's division right now, and it's a disgrace to have her in this Total Divas storyline to begin with. I mean, it should just be a straight up Divas match, but you know they have to have something interesting on it, just like Survivor Series. And speaking of surviving, we have the two matches that I am dreading the most. CM Punk versus The Shield in a handicap match, and Daniel Bryan versus the Wyatt in a handicap match. Both of these matches have very good storylines through them, and it's the only way these are watchable. But both of these matches have the same result. CM Punk will be beaten by The Shield, and Daniel Bryan will be beaten by the Wyatts. I mean, the numbers don't lie here. Plus, with the Wyatt side of things, this could make them take Daniel Bryan and make them one of their own in this battle of the beards. And finally, the match we've all been waiting for, the match I've been waiting for the most, the unification for the first time ever of the World Heavyweight Championship and the WWE title. I say first time ever because back in the day it was the WCW title and the WWE title. So basically, this is once in a lifetime, as they've been saying, for many reasons. One, it's the WWE's version of Vengeance when they unified the WCW and WWE titles with Chris Jericho. Number two, this is the first time where two big name talents don't have to go through a tournament to determine who faces out to unify the belts. And three, unless you have been dicking around with games like the SmackDown vs. Raw series, the Unified Belt in 2007, this is the first time the World Heavyweight Championship and the WWE Championship have been decided in a ladder match, or a TLC match for that matter, to unify both belts. And both of these guys, honestly, I mean, it's a very simple choice for me, and I hate making this choice, but it's that simple. John Cena will not lose this match. I mean, this is a perfect opportunity to make Cena tie Ric Flair's 16 title reigns. As much as I hate it, there's a good reason for it, because with the WWE Championship win, it would be 15, and if you're counting a unification title, that would be 16 right there. But I don't think they'll count it like that. I don't think they're that cheeky to do that. Plus, honestly, it makes perfect sense for John Cena to be the one to unify the belts. I mean, he's this generation's Hulk Hogan. It makes perfect sense, in my mind, for John Cena to win this match. Excuse me. And to become the so-called face of the WWE, even though he's been the face for so many years. And it's that simple. But the match itself will be something to watch for sure. And with that, unless there's any last-minute matches that come on, TLC is tonight, and this will be probably one of the best pay-per-views of the year, much like last year, if anything. Like I said, though, the road to WrestleMania begins now.